What is going on, people? We are back. The Near Post podcast is in the studio. It's been a while for us. Hasn't been too long for you. We had a couple of pre-records out, but it's all good. First time back since the Euros has been on, and they've been quite decent so far. Before we get into it, I just want to mention, obviously, the situation with Eriksen. Our thoughts and prayers with him. Very saddening, for himself and for everyone involved. But hopefully he has a full recovery. And yeah, do you want to get straight into it? Of course, Germany and France are just after going off. You're repping that French one. I'm in the Germany one. Not successful for us, but how you doing?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, lad. I think I'll just touch quickly on that Ericsson, the Ericsson incident on Saturday. I wasn't watching the game live. I was out, but like, it was madness. Really, I just seen Ericsson trending on Twitter, so I just presumed like, he scored a screamer or something. You know what I mean? Like, as you would. I just seen Ericsson. I was like, what the fuck? And then I seen like a few videos of it, and like, I don't know. I don't know if it's who to blame in terms of, when they were just showing the pictures. Like, was it like, I want to say it was like the BBC and the coverage, but like, is everyone, they should, to be fair, it probably was just the BBC's fault actually, because they could have just cut, surely they can just cut to the studio whenever. Like, it's easier for them to do that. I thought that was a disgrace, but it's good that he's kind of made a bit of a recovery anyways. He's doing better from what I've seen. He posted a selfie and stuff thanking everyone for the support, so that was good to see. He could have been looked bad for a while supposedly, no, it's good that he's kind of making on the road to recovery anyway. So
it was a nice gesture as well by the players to surround him, so none of the fans or the cameras seen. But yeah, all good now for him, hopefully, and he'll have a full recovery. But just shows the intensity these players are at and how taxing is on the bodies. Like, we think this is a joke, like, and we can watch it. Killian says here, hope Eriksen can play again. I really doubt he will.
I think just if once he's healthy enough, I think it's grand. It's anything other than that is a bonus in my opinion. But
I can't see him hopping on the pitch again. But we'll move on to the brighter side of things. But as we know, football is about highs and lows. But we'll go on to the team. The first game, which was Turkey versus Italy, a comprehensive enough win for Italy. I know. Like, a few of my mates were giving me stick because if you've seen that video on,
didn't know it was a one game tournament, but anyway,
no, but right. So we tipped Turkey as underdogs, right?
Yeah.
Surely, as an underdog, you're not expecting to be one of the the big 4 or 5 in the tournament. So this is the idea of being a dark horse. You lose this game, you maybe come through second in your group, bag a few wins. But anyway, besides that, Italy looked very well set up. I know Mancini is famed as being a bottler, but Italy will like their chances this year, and they really showed their class last week.
Yeah, they don't really have them superstars like like an absolute household name. Obviously, Verratti was missing as well. Like, he I don't know how fit he is, but if he's come back into the side, they're surely just going to look a bit better. But it's typical job done by the Italians. Like, they're just solid. Like Immobile is kind of an underrated striker. Not many really people talking about him going into the thing, but yourself, you watch more Serie A than me.
Yeah.
His goal record in Serie A has been class the last 3 or 4 years.
You have to look at Insigne as well. When I said to you, like, last week, I don't know if it was live or not, but I was saying about Spinazzola, saying this guy, like, he's decent, and you were like, he's not that great or whatever. I haven't seen much, and I was saying this guy's going to do this.
Yeah, go on, yeah.
Gets a man of the match. He's looked well. He's looked tidy. The whole team. The thing I've said about this team, it just looked really, really tidy. Everyone does their job. There's nothing too extravagant. You're not relying on a Pirlo, a big bagsman up top like they have in previous years. It's just an all-round team, 1 or 2 standout players. And, people criticize this defense, saying it's old, saying it's a bit dodgy fullbacks. they look solid as fuck to me. Like, and
Yeah, the
Yilmaz
boys.
didn't get a sniff.
Yeah, if there was ever two defenders that Yilmaz wouldn't enjoy, it would have been Chiellini and Bonucci. Like they're just perfectly set up to to do him really. To like he didn't get. I don't think Turkey got a shot on target for it. So who did Turkey play? Who are Turkey playing next? They play
Wales.
Wales. That's a must win. I watch a bit of Wales. We're going to them. Wales weren't great either. I didn't rate them at all.
No.
They got a header, but I thought Switzerland bummed them. To be honest, Switzerland just
Yeah.
couldn't finish their dinner. And Bola was a bit of a threat, but I wasn't too impressed with Wales. But I still think
I think for both teams, for me, it wasn't really a good standard match. I didn't really enjoy it. I thought both teams looked bang average, to be honest. I felt like I was watching an Irish game or something. It was just low intensity, slow kind of build up
quality.
play.
Let's be honest, lack of quality.
The quality was lacking, and you can see by looking at the starting lineup on both of these squads that wasn't going to be a great game. But
look, if Granit Xhaka is your captain, you're in bother. But let's be honest.
Speaking of that, big up Arsenal boys in the chat. Real ball talk. Good to see the boys back. Portugal very unconvincing today, and France not great either. I think the tournament is wide open. Big up Pogba.
Yeah, Pogba was class. I presume you were watching the game on RTE, yeah?
Yeah.
Ray Houghton saying Pogba didn't mean that pass to Hernandez. Like, what?
Yeah. I won't lie to you. When I'm watching it on RTE, the volume's normally at 2
yeah, that's fair enough.
I'll be real.
Usually I would watch it on BBC, but they didn't have it today.
No.
I think it was ITV probably. We don't have that obviously here in Ireland, but man, he just there's something I don't know. He didn't mean that pass. Like, what else did he mean? It was literally on a play for Hernandez. Just I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll go. Actually, we'll just go into that France game. Sure. Like, what did you make of it? I thought Germany's second half absolutely bossed that game. France were decent, but France looks so solid at the back. Like the way they set up and stuff, they just look.
I don't know. You can agree or disagree with me here, but I have to say, I've only really seen 2 or 3 teams really catch my eye so far this tournament, and that's been Belgium and maybe the two teams that just finish up there. Portugal weren't overly convincing today, although the scoreline says different. But
they were lucky. Let's be honest, they were lucky. But
you have to.
That is what we want as boys that are on the Portugal hype train for months. Yeah, Portugal fans for a month or two. Like they just still grinded out a win. Ronaldo had a stinker, but he still gets all the headlines. Like his touch was heavy and stuff, but who cares? I thought that second goal was absolutely class. The first goal was fluky. Hungary it's good seeing thousands of hungry people at that game. Like I didn't realize
Marcus Rashford's wet dream.
What? Yeah, the crowds.
Hungry fans.
Hungry fans. Call them. Yeah. Marcus Rashford. I heard people saying, but nah. What? We'll go Portugal game first, will we? As we love to big them up, but what are you saying now? Like, what did you? Portugal, they just grinded it out. None of the big men really had a great game, but I don't really care, to be honest. We won 3-0. That was a must-win game. Hungary are the whipping boys of that group, let's be honest. They just are.
From looking at all the games so far, I haven't been overly impressed with the standard. I don't know if that's a COVID year or what's happening. There's been not a lot of time to prepare, but I think it's been quite a low standard around the board. And I know it just doesn't remind me of the Euros I've seen before. Hungary, yeah, you can look at them, say they're a whipping group.
The whipping boys.
They might bag a goal or two here, but like Portugal were still poor and they pushed through. But that's what it takes to win tournaments, and you have to just push through these things. But one team I was really impressed with, going back, I was actually out watching this game, so that might, Taylor.
He was on the G. You're going to say Belgium.
Yeah, that might tailor my actual opinion towards it. But I thought Belgium and Romelu especially looked very, very good.
Oh man, I think Belgium are bottlers though. I think that's just typical Belgium balling out in the group stages.
Mm.
I think they always do this. They're very good. Like they beat the teams they're supposed to beat. If you get me, there's not really much shocks with Belgium, but when it really comes to crunch, shout out to Isaac there. Got to change my prediction. Portugal and Italy will make it out now. Yeah, he was saying. I think he was saying in our Turkey video, Italy are making out of the group. Like I thought that was madness. I thought that was an
I think
outrageous
though,
shit.
yeah, definitely outrageous. But I think when we talk about bottlers and Belgium being bottlers, surely every team who's been a bottler before, to change that statement, they've had to win something. So this could be their year, especially
Who
with
Belgium?
such a low standard across the board. Like they are getting out of that group. Let's be
Yeah,
real.
they're getting out of
They're
the group.
topping
No,
that.
I don't think anyone doubted that, but like,
Although I think they play second place in the group of death. So that will be
your
a tough
what
one.
about your boy Hazard? Shout real ball talk. I presume that's John, but
Um,
John's a massive Hazard fan. Belgium don't have a chance. Their best player is finished, and this. Yeah, I agree with that. Who's their second best? He's saying De Bruyne, like Hazard. Yeah,
yeah,
Hazard's not
but
the best player anymore. Let's be honest,
about
man.
the defense being done, a lot of people said Italy's defense is done. Yeah,
What?
this is international football.
Yeah, I know, but
It's different
yeah, I know,
gravy.
but
Like,
I'd still take a 37-year-old Cellini or whatever age is over like a 36-year-old Vertonghen. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Levels like Cellini's still levels better than them boys. Even when them boys in their prime, Cellini was still just as good as them. So it's a
yeah.
bit different. And it's the way they set up as well. Italy are traditionally defensive team and stuff. So them boys have to know how. I don't know if the Belgian boys do. Like, surely, what age is Company? Like, I know he's done, but like,
Uh,
I think Company at that age is definitely better than Vertonghen. Let's be honest. Let's be
Company's
honest.
hammies could barely compete when he was in his prime.
Uh,
Don't chat about a done company, man.
company with
He'd
no
be
hammies. Company with
he'd
no
be worse than Matip.
A company with no hammies is still better than Vertonghen. I don't care. I don't care. But
Fair.
you're enjoying Belgium after what you've
I,
seen.
like
Russia didn't have the steroids
yeah,
for that game though.
I,
They weren't
I
giving Russia. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
I enjoyed the game, and you're thinking, oh, Russia, they went far in their World Cup, and then I'm like, yeah, but now
It
all of them
was in Russia.
they're still on the come down from that serious abuse of anabolics they had
Oh fuck.
that tournament. So
Like
it's quite hard to judge them.
yeah, facts. They didn't have the Matrix and didn't have what you call him, Vladimir Putin just in their FCs and stuff. So I
Yeah,
think that Russia, like, it was agreed they would get to a semi-final and no further. Like, I think that
yeah.
was a pre-tournament agreement. I'm not even messing about that. They had to go far. So, like, let's be honest, they're dirt as well. Russia, from what I've seen, Belgium were decent. I don't think they were anything special. Like,
Look, they just
they
look
just did
good
what they had to
against
do.
poor
Uh,
opposition.
yeah, the wing backs. A lot of teams playing with the wing backs. Munier came on early enough and bagged the goal quickly. The real Hazard playing basically left wing back, so left mid. Like, do you like that system? A lot of teams go with that because I suppose when they don't have top defenders, it's kind of a. I
Yeah,
suppose it's good. It's a good option.
it's starting to become a system that's more prevalent in football, and a lot of teams are starting to go for
Germany
it.
went with it today. They
Even
don't really have a top centre half.
yeah, yeah, but even Liverpool kind of do it, but we do it in a four because our two centre backs are impeccable that they can do it themselves.
Yeah,
But a lot of teams are liking that. They like that extra cover. It provides attacking threat as well, but it is a lot of pressure on them fullbacks. There's no
facts.
more talking about left back in the dressing room because he's probably a decent player nowadays. Imagine this: kids are dreaming about growing up to be fullbacks. Like, what does the world come to?
Yeah, remember that? Remember the Neville? No one wants to be Gary Neville. Yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
people want to be. A lot of people want to be like a Trent now, or a who's a top left back, or a Alfonso Davies. Like, it's just the
everyone
way
wants to be
the wing
Philip
backs.
Lahm.
Yeah, facts. But we'll go on. We'll go right. We'll go in depth into Portugal. Yeah, they weren't really at, but they do have that team of winners that just kind of grinded that out. Like, that was a
Yeah,
grimy win. To be fair, I didn't realize the game was in Hungary. Like it's a big Hungary had a big advantage having what 60, 70 odd
Mhm.
thousand fans cheering them
Yeah,
on. Like that's tough atmosphere, especially the boys wouldn't be used to that. So that was definitely worth the note. I know that's just
and they still
bollocks
got
cliche.
spanked 3-0
You
on
still got
the
spanked
score
3-0.
sheet.
Like, yeah, that's all it says. So I thought Hungary would have. To be fair, Hungary actually were decent. Like, it's not like 3-0 is kind of, it doesn't reflect
Yeah,
the score, but
if flatters Portugal, but
it flatters them. But look, it does the goal difference nicely for the boys because I don't think France or Germany will beat them 3-0. I think
and
I think they'll beat them, but I think they'll beat them by 1 or 2 goals.
it does that Ronaldo top goal score in Portugal to win 75-1 bet.
Yeah,
Nice
we did
as
say
well.
that. We did say that 4 months ago. I wonder what the price in is. That I'm sure it shot in after that though. I just
Yeah,
seen. I thought he was offside for for his second goal. You know, when he got in, just takes it around the keeper nonchalantly, just taps it in. But
just
Portugal,
while
that's how you want to start. Go on, yeah, sorry.
while we're talking about them teams, can we just talk about how poor Spain were? You know, people saying they're still a big team. Sweden should have won.
So it would have been robbery. Sweden won. I know your man Berg. How do you pronounce his name? Berg or whatever.
Berg.
He's you know the lad I'm on about.
Yeah.
That guy. He
That
missed
guy.
a sitter, but that guy exactly. But realistically,
Isaac
Spain
was
won.
making bits of that defense, I think.
He was in a bit like he was. His hold of play was quite good.
Like
He
this
got
guy,
on the
this is a
ball well.
guy who
He's the
plays
Sociedad
against.
laddie.
Yeah, he plays against Spanish defenders week in, week out. I don't know why
Yeah,
they took him off. He was their only threat
I think
up
he
top.
was.
Like he was making bits. Morata is their bigger fraud out there.
Um,
Graham Souness would claim Paul Pogba, but yeah, probably.
Jesus Christ. Yeah,
But
Morata. Like I used to think Morata slander was a bit over the top. I used to think that, but looking at it now, man, the way he just drags his shot. To be fair, I was gonna say Moreno still should start. Like Moreno missed a sitter near the end as well. Like he's got to score that. I don't think
yeah,
Spain were that bad. I just thought they just had no one to put the ball in the back of the net. Like they
I
dominated the
think they're
game.
I think they're unbelievably average.
Yeah, I think they're a bit better. They're average for Spain. I suppose
Yeah,
you're
like
kind of thinking of Spain. For
when you're
Spain,
thinking
yeah,
about
they're not.
Spain, that is the most average Spanish team I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, like as I was saying to the boys on Real Ball Talk, when Traore, I think Traore is absolutely muck.
Yeah.
When Traore is making the Spanish team, you know something's up because
Well, there is something up,
he's
you know.
dirt. He's
No
dirt.
Ramos.
Sarabia making the team. They kind of panicked and brought Laporte. Like I know Laporte's a baller, but
But they panicked
you know,
because obviously something went down with Perez and they just made a flop of it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Surely Luis Enrique, yeah, he's the former Barca manager, yeah. No Real Madrid players like that. That can't be a coincidence.
I think that's deeper. I think this is
I
deeper than
know.
the manager, but
Yeah, remember as well the Real Madrid manager was sacked. He was sacked on the eve of, I think it was the World Cup.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, man, I'm fairly sure there's so much politics. Like if Eric Garcia, I would take a 50-year-old Ramos over Eric Garcia. The man is absolutely shite.
even Nacho.
Yeah, Nacho's decent, and he's not making that team. Like so much politics and shit going on there. Yeah, facts.
I think that's disrespectful to Timo.
At least Timo has pace.
Yeah,
at least Timo has pace. Morata doesn't have pace. Like. And you think of the clubs Morata's played for: Madrid, Juventus, Chelsea. I'm missing someone. Probably am missing someone. Atletico as well. Like, you know what I mean, man? I don't know. Yeah, his agent is an absolute. I don't know. He's went for so much money as well. So
yeah,
that's just what it is. I don't think Spain are winning it, but I think what was the story with Thiago? Did he ask not to start? Like what? I was looking at the team sheet. I was like, hopefully this guy's not injured or whatever. But
yeah,
he came on, looked decent, but surely he's their best player. Not even being biased. Like who's better than them than they have? They're average.
Yeah, I don't know if that system they don't want him to sit in that kind of style of play if they don't think he's the fitness for it or what. But thought when he came on, he had a good impact. So
yeah, he looked. man, he was looking saucy. So
Yeah,
I thought the only player that impressed me, well, Isaac did as well. To be fair, Pedri. I thought Pedri looked decent. I've seen a
Pedri's
lot of
been
Pedri was decent. Pedri was driving with the
yeah.
ball well. He was doing 1-2s. You know what I mean? So I thought Pedri was quite decent. Other than that, yeah, Spain were average enough. I think we're finished. Can we speak about this game? Germany, France.
Yeah, good.
What you make
Fire
of it?
away.
What you make of it?
Yeah, look, it was nice to see two top teams in action. Although I still was a bit disappointed with the quality of the game. But
It was always going to be cagey. Like,
yeah,
first game, you're not going to go absolute balls out, which is fair enough.
it was very cagey, a deserved win. But I still think Germany have more in the locker, and I think they're going to come back, and I think they're going to go far this year.
In
Over the
this
last couple,
Euros.
yeah, over the last couple of weeks, I've been very bullish on Germany. I've been trying to keep it to a low with the Portugal hype train, but I have been very bullish on Germany. I just like the setup. I think they were unlucky.
I thought they deserved at least a draw. To be honest, I thought they deserved at least a draw.
At times, I thought
it
they
would have
looked
been a
a
fair
bit.
result. I thought.
At times, I know you are playing France. I thought they looked very, very vulnerable on the counter attack. But I don't think there's another team like France in this tournament that will look so deadly on the counter.
If you're chasing a game and Mbappe's cooling on the halfway line, like you're gonna just be. You have to take the risk at the end of the day. But like his pace there was absolutely outrageous. The way he just cut across as well, like go on, yeah.
I think Germany's only issue this year is that number 9 role.
Yeah,
like they've had such a stalwart player in Miroslav Klose who's done bags of time for them, always scored, and now you're relying on like converted wingers, Gnabry's and Timo. It's just not great.
Thomas Muller has his own position. Like, let's be honest, Thomas Muller is Thomas Muller. You know what I'm saying?
I know you're a Sané fan. Really doesn't impress me anytime he's on.
Yeah, it was a shy free kick, wasn't it? I was expecting. I would have had Kroos on that all day.
I just don't like the overall play of him. But I do like the way they have it set up. I would like to see Kimmich playing more central.
Yeah, I think they're just lacking that right back. That wing back. So they and the fact that they've got so many dons in midfield, Kroos, Gundogan, like they can I don't know what's wrong with
even Emre Can put in
Emre Can, exactly. So they have ballers there. I think they're lacking right back. So I suppose they might as well just put Kimmich on the right. But Benzema, disallowed goal, Mbappe disallowed goal. They were the second one was tight, but Mbappe was looking. Actually, I'll ask you because I don't want to get my bias in the way. What you make of Pog's performance? Very disciplined, I thought.
Yeah, look, Pogs was Pogs today. Look, the man's a baller, right? Everyone knows he's a baller.
I don't think everyone does know. That's the thing.
My issue with Pogba is I think there's a lot of people who get on his back. A lot of people, majority of people get on his back. But then I think there's another minority like yourself who maybe when he plays decent, big him up a bit too much. And I think that's why people try to get on his back so much. So I always try to stay in a middle ground. He's a world-class player and he was, near enough world-class today. So that's all I'm really I'm not gonna lick his ass too much. I'm not gonna say he was shit. He was Pogs.
He was probably 7 out of 10, I'd say. 7. I thought he was. I just love watching him the way he backs into lads, and he can dribble, and he can just I think he's just such a unique player.
I just think when you've been seeing a Pogs who's been playing with duds at United,
Scott McSauce, Scott McSauce to Andrew Rabiot and Kante,
it's refreshing to see him part of a good midfield.
It must be so refreshing for him, just coming in and he's like.
Into training and he doesn't have Dan James, praying to him, and
he looks to the left, not Dan James, it's Mbappe. Looks to the right or Cam, not Bruno, it's Griezmann, even though Bruno's a good player, but you know what I'm saying. I'd still say
so he's looking at Deschamps and not Ole.
He looks behind him. No McSauce, it's Rabiot. No Fred, it's Kante. Look, and that's just it. I think he must just get so refreshed. Big up,
Yeah,
real bad.
John, well said, Pete. I'm in the that's I think that's the issue with Pogba is
You're
because
speaking facts.
there's
I
so
think
many guys
it
who are
works both ways.
fanboyish.
Like when
Yeah,
people say he's not, when people say he's
it's
so
similar enough
overrated,
to
and
Neymar.
yeah,
There's
it's
so
because
many people.
it's because they're pure mavericks, man. It's because they're
Yeah,
pure. You know what I
people
mean?
when they play good, people tell you a bit too much that they play good. So when they play bad, you're going to hear it. And when they do anything wrong, you're going to hear it. That's just what happens when you're a top player. I know you don't watch basketball, but anyone watching the basketball at the minute sees the slander LeBron's getting. That it's just what happens when you're that good. People are going to find a reason to hate, but
Yeah, haters gonna hate, as they say, but that's it. I don't think
can
France
I
were
just ask?
Yeah.
Just when we're going, we'll try and move away from this. How are France not favourites with that team, but England are?
I think they're just favourites now, but their prices were similar enough.
Come
You're looking
on.
at, yeah, I know. Actually, yeah, let's touch on England. I actually forgot about that. To be honest, that was one of the boring games I
Because it was
watched.
terrible.
England, right? We've got to give a bit of credit to Southgate because we were like, don't start Sterling. To be honest, I thought Sterling had a poor game. I don't think he was great, but he did score the winner. He did score the winner.
I don't think I was saying don't start Sterling. You're a big Sterling hater. I'm a Sterling
I don't think
fan.
I'm a hater. No, I wouldn't say I'm a hater. I think he's a good player, but I think he's had a shocking season. I don't think he's that good. I don't think he's that good.
I had a couple issues with the squad. Of course, we're not even going to mention the two centre backs because that's just a disgrace. I don't know why he hasn't gone 5 at the back.
Yeah, he was kind of doing that. Rice was playing mad deep. When he did an inverted centre back sort of when he kind of just drops in. But officially, I suppose it wasn't. He was playing deep, but not that deep. Consistently, shit.
I'm just not convinced on Calvin Phillips. I just really am.
He had a good game, but I think what I'm saying. Like I think the English hype is this, and it's not good for him as well that he's getting compared to. I know he's not properly getting compared to Pirlo, but see that game, yeah. That added probably at least another 5-10 million onto his price tag. I'm not even messing about that.
Yeah.
That's what happens at these tournaments. You think I'm being dead serious with that?
It's fact.
One good performance can get you your move. We've seen it so many times before. Go on, yeah.
What's funny on that English team is you're looking and you're like, oh wow, you must be class. You've Jackie Grealish on the bench.
Who did not play?
You've Jack Grealish and players like Sancho, Rashi, all these guys who aren't playing, and you're like, damn, I can understand why they're favourites. And then you look at the team and you've got Tyrone Mings and John Stones beside each other with Calvin Phillips sitting in front, like players who are mid-table in their in
the prime
division, in their home nation's division. It makes no sense to me. Kieran Trippier playing on the left, I do agree you have to play Trippier, but
I don't think you don't have to play Trippier. He's a good player.
I think you do. After the season,
don't.
I think he's looked very good.
I don't think you have to play him. I think if you play him, fair enough, you play him on the right. But I don't think he's one of them. The only must-have that should be playing for England is Jack Grealish, and he might not even get any game time. If he didn't get on first game, maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong because I just love watching him ball out. But he didn't even get any game time.
We're both Foden fans, but surely Grealish starts over Foden.
I think Grealish is better than Foden. Big up to Gregor's town. Hi guys, it's football going home this year. Yeah, we're just chatting now, lad. Look, we did a video why
coming home to Portugal.
Yeah, it's coming home. If Portugal is your home, then Gregor's, yes, it is coming home. We've done a few uploads why England won't win the Euros and why Portugal will, but I think that little prick, excuse my language, but that little prick Pickford in goals, he irritates the shite out of him. He's just too cocky for his own good, I think. Didn't really have much.
But I don't rate Pickford, but I don't think he's as bad as it comes across. I'd have him in goals over Dean Henderson.
I don't know. I wouldn't. It's kind of you're picking the best of average
Yeah,
or
but
bad
yeah,
bunch. So
who would you play over him? You're not playing
I pick
Dean
Henderson. I told you
or
I'd pick
Johnson.
Henderson. I'd pick Henderson. And it would have been
Yeah.
Pope. Obviously, Pope is injured, to be fair.
Yeah.
I would pick Pope. But he's just so annoying. He used to annoy me even before he
Don't mention it.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it, but we all know.
Don't say it.
I never even liked him before that, but Jesus Christ. You know when he just catches the ball and he's laughing, and I think he just swipes at everything. His kicking,
Yeah,
there's no
like
control on his
5'8",
kicking.
man.
But no, but his kicking, he absolutely swipes it. It's like it's a long kick or something. And then I don't know, something about him.
His distribution's quite good. We'll give him that. I don't
It's
care how he kicks it. I think
okay.
it's one of his best attributes.
Yeah, I think there's a big mistake in him because basically, like, let's be honest, that England.
If you think there's a mistake in him, look at the two Egypts in front of him. It's that simple.
Shout, Gregor. She's saying Italy. Yeah, not a bad show. I think Peter's enjoying Italy a lot. So am I, to be fair, but I'm sticking to my guns after that Portugal.
I don't think Italy will have enough to get to a final, or even if they do, I don't think they'll have enough to get over the line. But yeah, come on. Talk about Pickford making a mistake. He's two absolute idiots in front of him. It's that simple. Not even saying that Irish bias.
I think that's a bit harsh on Stones. I don't think Stones is horrendous. I think he's just been carried by Diaz, yes, but he's still decent. I think
Stones needs a good defender beside him.
I think Stones is a bit too cocky for his own liking as well. I think.
But look at him. Like, he needs a good defender beside him, but now he is the good defender there, which is the
better defender. I wouldn't say the good defender, but the better defender. I don't think we can really judge them today. Today on Sunday. You know what I mean? It's like, can you really judge them defenders from that game Sunday? Like, they weren't. Like, I was disappointed in Croatia when I seen their midfield, Brozovic, Kovacic, and Modric. I thought they'd boss the midfield, but they got overrun. Brozovic had a good year with Inter, but he was stinking. Like, he had an absolute stinker. Were you disappointed in Croatia, man?
I looked at the team, right, and I gotta say the defense is lacking. We all know that. Yeah. Brozovic's been decent in Inter. He was used to having
that Calcutta car. He was highly linked with Liverpool he's been highly linked with a few clubs. He plays for Marseille, if I'm not wrong. He looked all right. Didn't really have much to do, but it's just nice to get a look at him. But sorry,
beside that guy from Besiktas, isn't he? Vida. I think he plays with black and white, black and white press.
Vida. I
know Kramaric has had a good season.
Rebic was stinking as well, and he's had a good season with Milan, hasn't he?
He's been iffy. You know, when Ibra's been injured, he came on. I haven't been impressed. I think I actually prefer Rafael Leao at AC over him, but I would have had Kramaric up top myself.
They were stinking. I thought Croatia had a bit more. Where was Lovren? Is Lovren just not on the team these days? He's surely good enough to make the squad.
No, I don't think he's knocking around anymore.
This is actually a good point by Grieger. Sorry to cut you off, but you're right. I didn't realize so many teams get home. I didn't realize. I knew they were playing it around a few countries, but I didn't realize they're playing it so many. Like, I just think that's with COVID, it makes no sense. I would have thought.
Yeah, well, the original plan obviously was out COVID, and it was to spread as much money across Europe and make it a proper Euros, and imagine how cool it would have been. There was going to be games in the Aviva and everything, and it would have been
fine settings for the boys.
Yeah, it would have been great everywhere. Imagine how much money that we'd make in the Avivas if they were selling pints. It'd be crazy.
Shout out to Gregors. I'm probably pronouncing that name wrong. I don't know if you want, because Gregors. I was saying that. Make sure to sub if you're new, lad. That's actually a very, very good point. But at the same time, it's classy the home fans out and about. I know the finals in Wembley, so imagine. I don't think they will, but imagine England won the Euros in Wembley. Think of every Premier League game. Calvin Phillips, Euro winner. Calvin Phillips gets the ball. He passes it to. He's tackled by Jack Grealish. Euros. You know what I mean? It's just going to be relentless.
We may just delete this because no English fan ever again is going to watch two Irish boys. We'll be in the pits of sorrow that evening.
Seeing Decky Rice lift that cup, I wouldn't even say Grealish as well, but I actually think Grealish is such a baller. It doesn't annoy me. But seeing
and
Declan Rice played a senior game for us and got Young Player of the Year, and then
got Young Player of the Year.
But we're not salty about that. But anyways,
no. Speaking of good players and stuff like that, just to switch it on, poor Lewandowski. That's all I'm gonna say. Poor Lewa.
Had a bit of a stinker, didn't he?
Along with Harry Kane, you know, the two best strikers. The two best strikers in the world.
They're still two of the best. Let's not say they're not just because of 2 bad games.
What happened? Missing.
Kane was probably England's worst player up there, was he? I'd say he was England's worst player.
I'd drop him next game.
Yeah, but come on, he's not getting dropped. You would, but he's not. He's dropping too deep. He thinks he's playing with Spurs. I don't know if the white kit's confusing him or something, but he's not. You know what I mean? He's got. You know what Spurs? He's got fuck all quality around him, bar like maybe Ndombele or Son. With England, he's got 3 or 4 ballers around him. So
it doesn't work. It doesn't work when there's 2 guys, you know, Foden and Kane, who both want to come back. Then you've no one up top. That's why
just Sterling will make the runs in behind, but like he's going to get.
That's why Raheem was looking like a beast, because he was in behind every time. But it's only because the 2 guys were pulling out. You know, Isaac says he has to. Yeah, he has to.
I'd drop him for Grealish, but like that's not going to happen. He will keep his spot, but
after that, I would drop Foden.
I don't think Sterling was that good, to be honest. I know he got the winner, so fair play to him. Like it was the right choice by Gareth. They won the game, and he scored. Like, so we can't say otherwise. But I think that England performance getting slightly overhyped. I'm not even just saying that. Just even on, even just saying that as I am.
That's a given, though. That's a given.
Yeah, that is a given. I suppose
I don't want to get too much into that. That's just a given.
That just comes with it, but. That's England true already. Like that's England true. I watched Scotland. I thought Scotland had a bit more about them. They were fucking muck. No Kieran Tierney, which is a weird one. I suppose if you got McSauce there, it's not going to help you. Like you're better off having me or you there. Man, is just. I've heard so many names for him: McSauce, McMayo. But the funniest I've probably heard is McToenails. Oh God! Sorry, I had to get slander, and maybe I'm being a bit harsh. But
when you say no Tierney, where are they going to play him?
Usually, they play him in the left of a tree. They've always done that. Like they always done that, and I think he'd still be better than what they have there. And as part of a tree, you can still step out. Like you know what I mean. You have a bit of flexibility. You can kind of attack the odd time. You know what Sheffield used to do with their over. Like he has the freedom to do that sort of thing. I don't know where he was. Was he on the bench? I don't even think he was on the bench. He was weird one. Obviously, Robo's got to be the left back, but I thought they had a bit more about than Portugal. Or not Portugal, Scotland. That's Scotland out.
Scotland were shite. Let's just be real. John McGinn was poor.
Link with United.
But can I just shout this out, right? You know, Austria bet North Macedonia 3-1. But I got right. Pandev to be Macedonia's top goal scorer at 6-1. Are Paddy Power not like even researching these odds anymore? 6-1 for their strike. It was class. It was 5-1 for them not to score a goal.
Yeah,
I'm just shouting that out. I don't know if I shouted that out on a pod. But 6-1. That's
no. I think we were chatting off here. I remember that chat, but like, I get that, but. Like the goal was literally gifted to him on a play. It was still absolute scene seeing Pandev.
We're already getting that €50 cash out.
That's you paid, like, because no one else is. The only way they're scoring a goal is if someone gets fouled and Pandev slots in a penalty with that wand of left peg. But do you think Austria were any? I thought they were all. I suppose it was North Macedonia, so like it's hard to. I love Arnautovic. I've always enjoyed Arnautovic just being an absolute shithouse, just giving a bit of abuse.
This is the thing I've said about this tournament. The standard's low.
I think you're being a bit harsh, lad. I've enjoyed it so far. I don't think it's...
No, I've enjoyed it. I'm not going to say I haven't enjoyed it, but I think the standard's been low.
And compared to what? Like last World Cup or something, or last Euros?
in comparison to last Euros, last World Cup.
I think the whole season's been lower compared to everything though, just because of COVID. So,
but this is the thing.
The boys are probably bollocks as well. You
I'm
know what I mean?
fearing
Like,
we're going to come into another season. I hate to go off topic or don't.
Injuries.
But going in next season, players, it's just going to keep on getting worse. And then to think we're going to have a World Cup in the winter the next year. But Gilo says, love the first round so far. I'm liking at the minute. I know we haven't done mad uploads, but if you're Irish, you'll know the beer gardens are back open. And
facts. We'll probably just do, to be honest, we've been enjoying, obviously we like the lives, but I think so many lives go. I think we're going to do a couple more uploads. Like, it seems the uploads were enjoyed, so we're going to just do we're going to just upload a couple more. You know what I mean? 10 minutes. It might not even just be Euros. It could be like a transfer link or something. We might just chat about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Boys are back saucing, mixed saucing. So
yeah, boys are back. Boys are back balling. So the uploads might be the way to go for us for a while, but. Best believe we'll still be doing stream. We'll probably stream once a week at least, anyways, and then maybe a couple of uploads. Probably the best job. But
overall,
shout to the make sure to subscribe to Real Ball Talk. We've done loads of videos with them. Just type in Real Ball Talk on YouTube, you'll get them. Like the boys' content is badly underrated. I think badly underrated. Like just 4 or 5, 6 lads just chatting ball. Like they know their ball, so. Go sub to them, quality channel. So what we saying?
Just on that to round up match day 1, it's called of 3. Any of your predictions changing? You happy with everything you've said so far?
In terms of the videos we've done, right? So let's go through. Let's go to Turkey one. Look, I loved how we seen Friday night a load of random people just commenting on that Turkey video straight away. Literally, the full time whistle was blown. They were like, question mark. So
boys remembered.
Yeah, boys remember. But I'm saying this, I didn't know it was a 1-day tournament, and also I'm saying. They're not out of it yet. They can still sneak through, but I was disappointed in them. And they lost to the best team in the group. If they're ever going to lose to anyone, it would be them.
We said they were dark horses. We didn't say they were going to roll out every single fucking team in the tournament. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
so I'm going to say Turkey still, because if you look at it, right?
Of course, a 3-0 win from Italy, a comprehensive 3-0 win doesn't look great on our behalf. But
if you think of this, right? Yeah, I don't care. I'm being a bit stuck, but like. Think of it. Wales and Switzerland drew 1-1. Like, so they've only a point game. Like, so they're only a point off second. You know what I mean? It's not like I think if one of them teams would have won, they would have been in a bit of bother. But like,
Jaleel, big up. Where did you have England? Hope you had them to leave. I had them to leave the group and to be knocked out. I think quarterfinals.
Yeah,
I know. Dermo, you had a bit more of a pessimistic view.
I thought they might finish third or sneak second, but they could still go through in the third. I did say they'll probably go through in the third, but
after looking at the absolute shite that Scotland produced,
and to be fair, I rated Scotland and Croatia a bit. I didn't think they'd be exceptional, but I thought they'd be a bit better. Like they're both stinking.
They were embarrassing.
I don't think it was on England's behalf that they've. That Croatia.
It's through no fault. It's through no fault of England or benefactor of England that they're in a better position in our eyes. It's just from the other teams being muck.
To be fair, like we learned nothing with England. I don't think Southgate doesn't rate Grealish. We knew that. They don't play great, even though they've got loads of talent. They're quite a defensive team. Like there's just in the way they set up, they can kind of shadow the center, kind of hide them centre backs' deficiencies, but you know what it is. I don't think that's what I expect with England. I just thought it would be 0-0 draw or 1-0 draw. I just thought Croatia would have a bit more about them, but I still wouldn't make me think they'll win it. But to be fair, right, on England, obviously we don't want them to win it, but it does make it exciting that they're in it. Like it's because they're such a talking point. I know they get talked about.
Players who are watching week in, week out, producing.
So it's still interesting when they're
one of the highest levels. Yeah. But right, before we go, I just want to go ahead to match day 2. Obviously, the big game is going to be in the group of death again. Portugal versus Germany. I'm going to put a controversial one out here. I think it's because I'm wearing the kit. They're just after beat. I think Germany are going to beat Portugal comprehensively enough as well.
Yeah, if you're going by the two performances tonight, Germany were better. Like Germany were better performance-wise. I think, as I said, I thought Germany deserved a draw. I thought they played well enough for a draw. Just didn't finish their breakfast. But yeah, Portugal have to improve. I think next game maybe start Renato Sanchez. I thought he was
Ruben
quality.
Dias.
Bruno Fernandes. But you know, I'm gonna say Portugal just grind. If Portugal
Where's the lead?
I think if Portugal grind out a draw, I think they'll be safe enough. I think that's basically nearly enough to get them through. They've got,
either team. Let's be real.
They've got
whoever comes third in this group is going to win that winners.
Yeah, because if they, and I'll take that, because if they get 4 points, they'll go through on 4 points. Like that's. So I'm just hoping they grind out a draw. But if they win, happy fucking days. I'm going to be shameless though. Like, let's be honest, Portugal are winning this Euros. We did say in the time why Portugal will win the Euros. So 40 to 1, 75 to 1 with Ronaldo. Well. Yeah. We will be absolutely shameless if this comes off.
If Portugal win and Ronaldo's top goal scorer, there's no more filming here. We're gonna have a big studio. We're gonna have
studio settings isn't coming anyways, but that's just gonna enhance it. To be fair, we'll just go toward new mics and shit like that. I still think like France weren't great today they didn't play great. You know what I mean? Actually, just on that France game, I thought Varane was absolutely class. I wanted to get that in there. I thought Varane was. I heard people doubting Varane. I thought he was quality.
When the players linked with United, I'm just gonna say nothing because I don't even want to have that thought going through my brain. So
Varane signed for United would be an absolute quality sign. Like, he's still top 3 centre backs in the world for me.
That's the issue.
I thought he was. He's not going to go to United, but I thought he was exceptional.
Although I still think Kimpembe's seriously underrated there. I
think he's a bit dodgy, lad. I think.
But you rate Stones?
No, I don't rate. Just calm down, lad. You were saying like Stones is dog shit. Like, he's not dog shit. He's decent. Like, he's all right. But what I was saying, he's all right. But what I was saying, Kimpembe, I think he's not great. I think he's a bit. He had a good game today, but I think he's a bit dodgy on the ball. Even a few times the ball. Remember, he nearly got dispossessed a couple of times. He kind of got away with it, but
Once you start long lay over him though, probably.
No, that's the thing. I would have played Laporte. I think Laporte's better than him. I know that he's gone now, but there must have been some sort of thing there why he wasn't getting played. Because even he was quality. For the few years he wasn't getting picked, he was Man City's best defender. Like, I'd have Jules Koundé, actually, I'd probably start ahead of him. I think he's a baller. He's a bit small, but I think he's a baller.
I know France are bossing the under 21 Euros at the minute.
They got locked out.
Sorry.
Their team on paper was absolutely absolutely sick.
You could throw that team in as a senior team in the Euros, and they'd still do a job.
I was saying to the boys in Real Ball Talk, Upamecano, Fofana, and what do you call your man from Arsenal, but he went to Saint Etienne. They're all better than that's better defensive options than England at the back, centre back wise. It is. I'm not even ripping the pick. It's better than most teams, to be fair. It is.
Yeah,
like, you got Bayern Munich, you know what I mean. So,
and then Portugal, Nuno Mendes
didn't get a run today.
FC Wonder Boy, wet boy, but shout out. I think we have to round up on this. England won't do anything. Mark my words. Too ropey at the back. That's not coming from any Irish bias. Nothing. That's just straight bias.
That's the gospel. Whatever Killian says is the gospel.
Fact.
Jalil's saying Germany will be fair enough. Based on them performances, like, Germany did look better to me, but I enjoyed the way Portugal were shit and still won 3-0. Like, you know what I mean? They just grinded it out. Ronaldo was shit, got 2 goals. I know you can't
respect on the name.
Let's be honest, last time they won the Euros, they were shit. They didn't really play one good game. Mm-hmm. They were just resolute and they were just solid. Yeah, so to be fair, I think it's a bit of a myth you have to play well to win a tournament. You just have to play okay and be solid. Like, you
But
know what I
even
mean?
think about this: what Chung lad Renato Sanchez was starting last time for them, and he's not
Yeah.
starting nowadays. When he's in probably the best form he's been his whole career.
Yeah, he was probably better back then. I know he's balling out now with Lille, but back then he was like the next superstar, like the next Hull. Obviously, the same hair, kind of
I
similar
still,
hair, but
I,
he was
I
he was
just,
really really highly thought of, and then he went to Swansea.
I,
But
th- I
he's kind
think
of resurrected his
today,
career.
I think today they went with a bit more of a
Just
strong team, a
William
strong team.
Carvalho,
You're coming up against Hungary, who are big
physical team.
bastards.
Yeah, physical.
They're not hungry anyway. The players on the pitch are not hungry. They are big bastards. So he's went with the two bruisers in CDM, which you have to rate. But I'd imagine you'll see Renato Sanchez next game because he is. That's going to
Yeah,
be a good game. That's going to be a good game.
I think just for Portugal for the group, I think they'll draw the next two games. Yeah, I think there'll be two slimy draws,
Yeah,
which will guarantee them second, which is all you want.
Saturday's going to be a nice bit of football. Spain, Poland, Hungary, France, Portugal, Germany, and then anyone watching Copa America, Argentina, Uruguay. So that's going to be a nice one.
I'm gonna start watching them once it gets into the knockout stage. I know them games are mad late, though, aren't they? They're like probably 11 o'clock kickoff or something. It'd be grand for the weekend, I suppose. But
yeah, decent on the Saturday night with a few drinks. But
yeah,
I've Neymar bossing it again, but we'll leave that for another day. It's a Euros thing tonight, but my prediction for the Euros is Kylian's gospel, but I think he said
he spelled Portugal wrong.
Yeah, he spelled Portugal wrong.
If I had a Portugal jersey, I'd be wearing it, but I don't, so I'll just wear it in the France jersey after the game.
Yes, but we're going to wrap it up there, guys. We don't know when we'll be on next, so
there'll be some uploads though.
Follow us on the Instagram.
Get
Twitter.
us on the Insta. We're building up a nice following on the Insta. Get us on the Twitter as well. Like that's where you'll see when we're posting. And
I'll mention TikTok as if I'm going to upload a video, but I might surprise you. It might be a clip.
Just give us a text on the Insta. Give us a follow. Like what you'd like to see. But like there'll be. I think we're gonna go on the upload train. Just a nice like little 8 to 10 minute uploads. You know what I mean? It won't always be Euros. Like it'll be transfer rumors assessed. You know what I mean? Transfer like just to mix it up. Won't be strictly Euros. Like just a ball chat at the end of the day. So there's going to be plenty more uploads coming.
Make sure if you're new to subscribe and smash that like button. Till next time.